Hey everybody, welcome, and happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is staying warm today, especially if you're on the East Coast and you're getting all this snow. So welcome. So today we are going to talk about Facebook retargeting. So you know the drill. Every week we've got a different topic that we cover. This week's retargeting. If you have questions as we go through, just drop them in the chat box. And if you have a topic or a tool or something you want to see covered on one of the upcoming webinars, let me know. You can send me an email, hello@sociallabmarketing.com. and I might feature it on one of our upcoming webinars. I love getting emails. I always get really excited when I get emails from you guys. It's always really cool to see what everyone's up to, how people are using Facebook ads, and all the different businesses and industries that, people are using ads for and how they're making it work for their business. So it's really cool, and I really do enjoy getting your emails. So keep them coming, and thank you to everyone that's reached out. Like I said, I love chatting with you guys. So we have a lot to cover today. So Facebook retargeting is what we're going to talk about. I'm going to walk through what it is, how to use it. I'm also going to pop over to Facebook to show you how to set it up. And I've also got some examples for you guys. So we've got a full 30 minutes here. So if you've got questions, pop them in the chat box. I'll get to them as we go. So Facebook retargeting. I always refer to Facebook retargeting, especially if I'm explaining to someone that's not, really familiar with Facebook ads. I call them Nordstrom ads. So if you've gone to Nordstrom or Zappos or any online shopping site and you're looking at a pair of shoes or a cute top or whatever, and then you get back to Facebook and there's an ad there, right? That's like, hey, you were just looking at these really cool shoes. Don't you want to come back and buy them? And then you're like, oh, okay, well, you've got free shipping. Maybe I should. And then you go back and you buy the shoes. So that's what retargeting is. It's bringing people back that visited your site so that you can either sell a product, you can get them to read your blog post, you can get them to sign up for a webinar, whatever it is that you're promoting. It's a really powerful tool to bring people back. So that's why it's such a hot topic right now. It's been around for a little while, but I think now people have really had the opportunity to play with it, test it out, see the results for themselves and how it's working for their business. And, people are seeing a lot of really cool things and great things happen when they're running these retargeting campaigns. So that's why a lot of people are really excited about it today. So what is it? So like I said, Facebook retargeting lets you advertise to people who have shown an interest in your product or service by visiting your website, joining your email list, or following you on Facebook. So when you're out, you're at a networking event, you've had a conversation with someone, whether you've had a sales conversation or, you've just connected with them, you always follow up, right? You always send them an email, you send them, or you give them a quick phone call just to follow up, check in with them. But what do you do for people that visit your site that don't come back? Do you have a follow-up strategy in place to bring them back? That's what retargeting is going to let us do. It's going to let us follow up with people on Facebook, right? So we're going to make sure we're staying in front of them, that we're staying connected to them. So how does it work? So I mentioned you can follow up with people that visit your website. So think of how many times you've gone to a website. I know I do this all the time. I'll go to a website. I love it. I think it's really cool. They've got great information. And then I forget about it. I click off. I lose the website. I don't remember the name. And I have no way of getting back to it, right? Well, if they're smart, they're running Facebook ads. And I love it when this happens and I see an ad in my newsfeed. I'm like, yes, that's the website I was looking for. I couldn't remember their name, but now I know exactly where to go to find it. So it's great. It's a great way to bring people back to your site. It's also nice because not everyone that visits your site is on your email list, or they may not be a fan of your Facebook page, right? So they might just be visiting your site, but you still want to have a way to follow up with them. So that's what retargeting is going to let us do. We can also follow up with email subscribers. You know that building your email list is your number one priority. You have to have an email list, right? It's super, super important for any business. But you also know that when you click send on an email, your open rate, how many people do you think you're reaching? 20%, 30%? So what happens to that 70, 80% of your list that don't open your email? You want to have a way to stay in front of them too. I know if I'm having a really busy day or really busy week, I'll just go through and delete any and every email that has nothing to do with work, because I don't want to get distracted. I don't have time to go play around and, read blog posts. Like, I've got a lot to do. I don't have time to read this. But let's say later in the day, or maybe it's the next couple days, I'm on Facebook. If you have an ad up and running to people on your email list and I see it, I might have the time to click on it then, right? Because if I'm playing around on Facebook, chances are I've got some downtime and I've got a little bit of time to go check it out and see what you've got going on, watch your video, read your blog post, whatever. But if you're not showing me those ads, I could completely miss out on all of this and just have no idea what you've got going on. It's also important for targeting your current Facebook fans. So if you're just getting started with Facebook ads and you don't have traffic to your site, you don't have an email list yet, that's okay. You don't have to worry about that. You'll just focus on your Facebook fans for now until you can build up that traffic, till you can build up your email list. But for everyone, targeting your fans is really important too. You guys know, and I'm sure you've seen if you've been posting on Facebook, reach is super down, right? I mean, you're lucky if you're reaching 2 or 3% of your list or of your fans when you're posting to Facebook. So the majority of your fans are not seeing your posts. So you want to make sure your fans are seeing it, that they know what you've got going on, they know what you're up to, and you want to stay connected with them. You want to know what they're up to, what they're interested in, and how you can serve them better. So retargeting your Facebook fans is really powerful too. The last thing, we're not really going to talk about this, but I just wanted to mention it, is lookalike audiences. So when you've got these custom audiences created for your website, your email list, you can then create a lookalike audience. And what this is Facebook is going to match up. It pulls all of this data. I mean, Facebook has so much information on all of us. So it can say, okay, this list, they're this age, they're male, female, they're interested in this, and, these are kind of their habits, these are the actions they take. They'll go find other users that are similar and create a new targeting group for you based off of your current list. That's why it's called lookalike audience, because it's similar. So once you've got these in place, then you have the option to create that lookalike audience. So that gives you even more options to reach even more people that are in your target market. So how does this all work, right? So first we have to create a custom audience so that you can actually track your website visitors or your email subscribers. We're going to pop over to Facebook in a little bit and I'll walk you through how to set these up so you know, and you can start playing around with it. But what's going to happen, we're just going to install a piece of code on your website. If that sounds crazy, techie, if you're not sure how to log into your website, that's just not your thing, don't worry. It's actually really easy, and there's an option. You can actually just email this to your website person and they can do it for you. So it's easy, easy breezy. But you install this code on your site, and this is what is going to track people. It's going to add them to your custom audience list for your website so that you can then show ads to them. Same thing for your email subscribers. You will export a list of your subscribers from Aweber, Infusionsoft, whatever you're using, and you'll just upload that to Facebook. So like I said, how does this work? So when someone visits your page, so I go to your website and you've got this piece of code installed on your website, it's going to add me to your custom audience list. So it's going to track me. So when I go back to Facebook, if you're running ads to people that have visited your website, chances are I'll see it, right? So it's going to add me to that custom audience list because I visited your site. So now you can start to create ads targeted, just to people that visited your website or visited a specific page of your website, your email list, and maybe you made a special offer just for your email list, so you just want your email list to see this. You can create targeted ads just for that. So you've got a lot of options to really keep your list, your visitors engaged, and keep them coming back, bringing them back, so you're staying top of mind. So why retarget? Like I just said, you want to keep your brand top of mind. There is so much competition on Facebook, and you're not going to reach your fans organically anymore. You're just not. You have to pay to play. So you need to start thinking about this as you're creating your budget and what you've got going on in your fan base and, you know, all these factors that go into it. But you want to start thinking about promoting your blog posts, turning them into an ad. If you've got an event, signups, anything you can do to stay in front of your followers and your customers. Because we want to bring them back. We want to stay in front of them. We want them to know what we've got going on, and we want to stay connected with them, because if we're not connected with them, it makes doing your job a little bit harder, right? Especially if you're, you know, like a coach or a consultant, you provide a service. You really want to be in touch and in tune with what your customers want. And actually that applies to any business. It doesn't really matter what you're selling or what you're doing. You want to know exactly what your customers are doing. So staying in front of them lets you connect, lets you engage with them. It's also going to let you bring back lost customers. So this is huge. Before, if someone visited your site, you know, there wasn't a lot you could do about it if they didn't come back, right? But now you can run ads so you're able to bring them back. A lot of people go to a website, maybe they're price shopping, maybe they're, you know, comparing different products, you know, whatever it is. People like to compare items when they're shopping. So they visited your site. Well, maybe they haven't made a decision yet, right? Because sometimes people just get overwhelmed and they don't make a decision. But you want to stay in front of them and say, hey, you were looking at these shoes or this coffee maker, whatever it is. You know, it's 20% off this weekend only, or we're going to give you free shipping. Come back and buy it. So it's really, really powerful. And before, with Facebook advertising, this option was only available to the big guys. So only Nordstrom, Zappos, you know, like these really big names that are spending millions and millions of dollars on Facebook advertising had access to this. But now we have access. We can do this too. So why not take advantage of it? You know, many of your fans are already customers, and selling to existing customers is a lot cheaper than getting new customers, even if they aren't your customers, but they know you, right? So they may not be your customers right now, but they at least have that brand recognition. They know you, they like you, they trust you. They're going to be the most likely to respond to you, and maybe down the road, they'll turn into new customers. And then following up with lost buyers that missed out before. So if you had a big sale going on, you know, and it's the last day of your sale, if someone hasn't bought yet, you can run ads to them, say, hey, you know, this is your last opportunity, take advantage of this. So when you're able to target people that know you, they're familiar with you, you'll see higher conversions, you'll see lower costs. They're more likely to click because they do know you. Anytime I have a conversation with someone and they tell me they're trying to sell something on Facebook and they're just so annoyed because nobody's bought anything and they don't know why, and then I ask them, I'm like, okay, so who are you targeting? And they're targeting all these random pages. Maybe they're targeting their competitors, and you might get away with it, you know, depending on what your product is. If you're selling $5 funny t-shirts, you know, whatever, that's not a big deal. But if you're selling something that's higher end, or it's a digital product, or, you know, you're selling a service, you have to build that relationship first, right? So the people that know you are going to be more likely to buy from you. I always compare Facebook advertising to dating, right? So you're not just going to go up to somebody that you just met and say, hey, marry me. You know, like, that's just not going to work. So when you're running ads, one, you want to introduce yourself, like, hey, how are you? Do you want, here's some really cool flowers. Do you want them? Maybe give me your email and I'll give you these flowers, right? So you've got your free offer that you're giving in exchange for your email or a coupon code or whatever it is. And the more they get to know you, you know, the more serious you get in your relationship, then, you know, you can talk about taking things to the next level, but you're not just going to go up to somebody and start kissing them and say, like, hey, you know, are you cool with this? Like, no, you've got to take it one step at a time. You've got to have a plan in place, right? So you want to start with the people that know you already. So you've got to build that relationship. You've got to build this part of your business up. So don't just go out and say, hey, I'm just going to sell this and see what happens, because that's probably not going to work, right? You want to focus on the people that know you, and you want to focus on building that relationship. Other ways to use it, it's not just about selling. So you can share your latest blog post. You spend a lot of time creating these blog posts. You write them, you create pretty images for it, you've got it linked up, you've got it set the way you want, it looks really good, you post it to your Facebook page, and then nobody reads it. Well, if nobody's reading what you have to say, they're not finding your information helpful, what are the chances that they're going to reach out to you to work with you? You know, probably not very big because they don't know what you've got going on. So this is a great way to focus on people that have visited your website before or are on your email list, because if they've been to your website, chances are they've read some of your other blog posts. They'd probably be interested in this one. It's the first step in that relationship. You know, they're getting to know you. They're getting to know, you know, what you're talking about. They're getting to know a little bit more about you, your product, what you've got going on. So sharing your latest blog post, that's huge. You want to make sure people are consuming your content. That's really, you know, one of the first steps in this whole process. Second, boost your registrations for an upcoming webinar, teleseminar, telesummit, whatever, online event, whatever you've got going on. People that already know you, they've already attended an event, they've watched a webinar before, they're going to be the most likely to sign up and tell their friends about it. So you want to start with them first. That's going to be your best target group to go with. Right? So they're already on your email list. They watched your last webinar. They really liked it. Offer them, you know, to sign up for this next webinar first. Promoting an event, you know, whether it's local or it's something bigger, promoting your event to people that, you know, attended last year or they've looked at the websites, that interest is already there. That's going to make your job a little bit easier. That's what retargeting is. It's really just going to make things a little bit easier for you because you're already connecting with the people that are most likely to respond. The benefits, I already kind of mentioned these a little bit. You're going to see a lower cost per click because people, that brand recognition is there. They see your name. I know there are, you know, a few people when I see ads on Facebook from them, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to click that. I want to check that out. I need to read that. I need to sign up for it because I know them. I like their stuff. I want to sign up. If it's someone I don't know, and maybe I'm the only one that does this, I don't know, but I'm always kind of like, I'll stop, I'll look at the ad, I might go check out their Facebook page, I might click on it, but it takes me a little bit longer, right, to click through. Like, I kind of sit there and look at it and, you know, see if it's something I'm really interested in. Like, do I want to sign up for another list? That kind of thing. But if I already know them, I don't hesitate because I like what they're doing. Higher conversions, the same thing. You're going to see more people are going to convert because they know you, they like you, they trust you. And you can also expand your reach with lookalike audience. So that's another important part of this process is it's important to reach the people that already know us, but we do want to reach other people, bring them into our funnel because they might be people that we work with down the line, people that are interested in what we've got going on, people that we can connect with. So it's important to reach out to other people and make sure that, you know, we're not just focusing on the same people all the time, right? They might get tired of hearing from us at some point, but it's important to bring new people in, right? So how do we set all of this up? So let's pop over to Facebook. If you want to pull up Facebook and follow along with me, go ahead. Let's get this switched over. Here we go. All right, hang with me one second. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. We are in Ads Manager. This is just like a test account I have set up, so there's nothing in here really. So you're in your Ads Manager. How do you start to get this set up? You'll see you've got campaigns, pages, reports, all of this listed on the left-hand side. Let's just click on audiences all the way down at the bottom. Click there. And ignore these for now. We're going to come back to those. Up here in the right-hand corner, create audience. Select that drop-down menu. First option is custom audience. We're going to go there. So these are the three options that you've got: customer list, website traffic, app activity. We're not going to focus on app activity. I think most of us are using customer list and website traffic. So let's start with your customer list. This is going to match emails, phone numbers, with users on Facebook. So you don't have to worry your contacts aren't going to be notified that you've added them to an audience, and Facebook isn't going to reach out to them or anything. I mean, Facebook takes privacy really serious. So You're just going to upload this list so you can show your own ads to them. So you're not giving Facebook access to these accounts. They're not going to show other ads to them. And then here are your options: upload a file, copy and paste your current list, and import from MailChimp. So if you use MailChimp, you can just import directly from there. But I use Aweber, so if you use Aweber, Infusionsoft, Constant Contact, iContact, you have the option to upload or copy and paste. I usually upload just because when I export the list, it's already, you know, in a spreadsheet. So I just save it and upload it. Here's the thing you need to know. You'll need to upload it as a CSV or a text file. Here's what it needs to look like. I'm not sure if you guys will actually be able to see this, but it's just the email. So Amy at Social Lab Marketing. Hello at Social Lab Marketing. So get rid of any headers, any other, you know, first name, last name. The first row, first column should just be the email. And that's it. So go through, make sure there's no weird spaces or random punctuation marks throughout your list. It just needs to be really clean, really simple. Save your file. Select emails as your data type. You could also do phone numbers if you have a list of phone numbers that you want to use, but I think most of us are going to be using emails. And you'll just select upload your file. You'll upload this to Facebook. It's going to take some time for Facebook to populate this list, so you'll get a notification once your audience is ready. Then you'll just select create audience, but we're not actually uploading one, so we're going to go back and walk through how to do website traffic. So you want to target people that have visited your website. You've got a couple more options here. So you can target anyone who visits your site, anyone at all. What you'll have to do, this piece of code, we'll get to it in a second. It's going to go on every single page of your website, every single page, home page, about page, blog, you know, whatever, however many pages you've got on your site. It needs to go on every single one of those because not everyone hits your home page. Some people come in through your about page, your product page, whatever it is, but you want to make sure this code is installed everywhere so you're not missing anyone. You can also target people who visit specific pages. So if you're retail and you want to target, maybe you're having a sale on men's clothes, so you just want to target people that have visited, you know, the men's section of your website, or you've got a sale going on shoes. Or if you've got a digital product you're selling, so you want to target the people that visited the sales page, you can do that. People who visited specific web pages but not others, and people who haven't visited in a certain amount of time. You also have the option to create a custom combination if you want to get really fancy. So anyone who visits your site, you've got 30 days is what it defaults to. But most of us are going to want to change this to 180 days. It's going to pull past visitors. So if you don't have a ton of traffic to your website, this is going to pull a bigger audience for you, so you have more people to target. So if you've got, you know, a ton of traffic, you're getting like thousands and thousands and thousands of hits, and so you only want to target traffic for the month, that's cool. But for the most part, you know, you can do the 180 days so you can get your numbers up there. You'll just name your audience, and then you'll select create. This is where you can get your pixel from, this little gear shift down here in the left-hand corner. View pixel code. So this is your code that you're going to need. You'll copy and paste this between the head tags of your website. So most sites have a place in the back end where you can upload. Sometimes it's called a conversion tracking. Sometimes it's called a pixel. Sometimes it's, you know, tracking codes, whatever. Every website calls it something different, but just kind of play around and look for it. WordPress, they do have plugins that you can download, so it makes it a little bit easier if you're not super tech savvy. If you don't want to mess with any of that, just hit that send code to developer. You can add their email address into your web person, and they can upload it for you in 2 seconds. It's super easy. They'll know exactly how to do it. So one quick thing I do want to share with you, I know we're getting close on time, but if you ever have an issue, so down here you'll see this audience. I didn't actually install this, but it says it's too small. So if you upload one of your lists and you don't have enough people, Facebook is going to tell you it's too small. So you'll have to wait. You'll have to build up your traffic, build up your list. And also, you might also get an error message that says that your pixel is not active. If you're having problems with your pixel, there's a tool out there that you can use. Now you can use this for, your custom audiences, and you can also use this for your conversion tracking. And it's called, if you just Google Facebook Pixel Helper, it's for Chrome, so you have to be logged into Chrome. What it does, it's an extension for Google, and you will just, up here, I've already got it added to my browser, so it already says added to Chrome, but you'll just click here, it'll add it. You can't see it right now because they don't have a pixel, but it's up here in the corner, and it'll turn blue. So when you go to a website, it'll say 1 pixel found, and it'll turn green, or it'll turn blue, and then it'll have a number, and it'll say this pixel's been loaded successfully. So you'll know that your pixel's working, your conversion pixel, your custom audience pixel, whatever it is, you'll know that it's working. If it's not working, you'll get this error image right here where it says, you know, conversion pixel did not load. So if you're seeing that, then you know you need to go back in. Maybe it's not in the right place. Maybe you didn't load it right. Maybe you just need to start over, refresh your browser, make sure you save it and update, all of that good stuff. But this will just help you so you know if everything is installed the way that you want it to be. So it's Facebook Pixel Helper. Just Google it. It's the first thing that comes up, and you will need to be using Chrome to add this. So let's pop back over to some examples. I've got some examples for you guys. Okay. So here's an example of an ad that you could run to people that signed up for your free training, and maybe they didn't sign up for, maybe you're selling a service, a program, they didn't sign up for it. So you could run an ad and say, hey, you know, you signed up for my free training, but I noticed you didn't sign up to join me in the program. The price is going up, or it ends in 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it is. You can run an ad like this. So that way, if they're not checking their email, maybe they didn't see the email that you sent out, they might see it on Facebook. Maybe it's like the little nudge that they need. It's also, you know, a reminder. These, I like to think of them as friendly reminders. Hey, like, don't forget about this. One more. Here's another one that this is from a retail site, Revolve Clothing. So I went to look at skirts, I guess. And when I got back to Facebook, I really liked this ad because it said, you know, you've been checking me out. So, you know, you could click on this, go back and buy it. So you can bring people back to specific products that you're selling. You can also bring people back, let's say you've got people that have visited your opt-in page for your free offer, but they never signed up. You could run an ad to those people to give them another opportunity to sign up for your list, right? So there are a lot of cool things that you can do with retargeting. So just to kind of recap real fast, you can share blog posts, content, free offers, events. If you've got a free training, a free webinar, you want to start with your fans, your email list, and your website traffic. They're going to be the people most likely to convert. So I know we covered a lot today, and we went through it really, really fast. So if you've got questions, feel free to reach out to me. Or if you want some one-on-one help with your Facebook campaigns, let's chat. Let's get 30 minutes on the calendar. We can talk, learn a little bit more about your business, your goals, and how we can work together so you can start running ads that really, really work. So you're not wasting time and money on ads that just aren't getting you the results that you want. So if you're interested in that, just send me a quick email, hello@sociallabmarketing.com, and we'll get that set up. So we're out of time. That's our 30 minutes for this week. Keep an eye on your inbox for next week. I'll send out all the details for next Tuesday. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have an awesome week. I hope your ad campaigns are totally rocking. So I can't wait to see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great week, everybody.